Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Iwing Marketplace Chit Chat, where we give the opportunities for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do. Today, we are with Julius Tikum, a realtor in DMV, and his team will be joining us as well. Tikum has been a realtor for quite a good number of years, and he has helped so many people to buy homes and apartments in the DMV. Thanks for joining us today, Tikum.
Thank you very much, Ms. Irene.
Wow, this is a long time coming. I'm glad we are doing this finally. So, tell us, how did you get into to become a realtor?
Uh, Thank you, Irene, for that question. I'm a people's person. I love real estate. I love helping people. So I got inspired into real estate because I do property preservation, meaning that I work for bank on property. So it was a little interesting for me when I go to property and I see agents come in and then they do everything behind the scenes. So I thought it wise that let me get into let me have my own license so that I should be able to know everything that concern houses from scratch to finish, and then the whole thing that happened behind the scenes. So that's the reason that motivated me to join real estate.
So, how long have you been in real estate, and what have been the results so far? Like, how many homes are you able to close, like in a year?
I got my license. That was 2018, 2019, and it's been so amazing. 2019 was a very good year, and then 2020 we got hit with COVID-19. The market was a little bit slow. I believe that from 2019 to 2025, where we are now, I've had a lot of people buy and sell homes for them, which is amazing. So I have a very good team, working with a good team. So just to enlighten your platform that if anybody is interested in buying a home, uh, anything concerning real estate related, so they should contact me. I have a very good team.
Wow, that is beautiful. I'm glad that you have a good team. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Gupta. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, we can hear you. Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
Ivan.
So, how long have you been working with Julius Tikum?
Julius, how long? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's really been a while, right? Yeah, it's an amazing loan of lender. We close deals, multiple deals. Right now, I think we have almost like four deals on the pipeline, and we're hoping to have many for this year. Mr. Gupta is a very nice person.
That is beautiful, Mr. Gupta. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, financing, home finances is one of the most crucial uh, topic that we're going to be touching because a lot of time we go into home buying without really understanding what we're getting into. So, just a quick question: tell me more about how you help people with loan financing.
Um, yeah, hi. My name is Atul Gupta, and my partner Doug Schmitz. We've been doing this thing for almost now. We were talking about it. It's been almost 20 years now. Between me and him, we have more than 45 years of experience in the mortgage industry. Um, like we try, the way we help is the way I started is, and the way I want to tell everybody, the buying a home is where you can make your wealth in America. And we keep working throughout our life, and then later on we figure out, oh, we could not make any money in here, but this is a very easier and sure short way where you can build your equity, build your wealth, and you can be really successful. Anybody, even with a very small income or whatever it is, without putting more into a lot of creativeness, people can make money on these things. And that is our goal here, to educate everybody how to get into buying a house. You renting it, you are putting money in trash. So, and everybody can buy the house. This is what I always like to educate everyone. So my goal is to give education, to help people so they can buy their house.
So, Julius, what do you think is more important in the DMV right now? Is it a good time to buy, or is it a good or to keep renting?
Um, I could say, just to be in line with what Mr. Gupta said, this is the best moment to buy, because with real estate, sometimes you have to monitor the market, right? So rates are gradually going down, and I believe this is the best time that people can buy, because you never know tomorrow. And a lot of people call me every day and say, "Hey, I want to wait the rate. I want to probably be patient a little bit for the rate to go down." But the thing is that when the rates goes down, you know that the demand will be so high in the market. You know the law of demand and supply. So the supply now will be low, the demand will be high, pushing up the prices up. So it's the best. I think this is the best moment to buy, because at this moment you choose what you want, and then you are not really in a competition whereby you can really buy a house that you're comfortable, and then when the rates go down, and you're able to refinance rather than gone to the market and then start struggling to with people competing, get into a very competitive market. Unlike what happened in 2021, we don't want it to happen again.
So, talking about buying, is it better to buy a condo or to buy a house?
Um, I can square it out that whatever your financing permits you, all this is investment, right? Because with condo you can also buy, and you still have equity at the end of the day. It's also a way of trying to get more money, try to invest in real estate. You can also buy if you're able now, your income is okay, your down payment is okay. You can also buy a single family house. It all depends. You know, if you buy a condo, it's not going to appreciate the way a single family house can appreciate. So it's all both way of investing.
That's
Um,
nice. I think you've answered my question well. Mr. Gupta, sometimes it's very difficult for people to understand like what comes in a loan. And you being a loan officer, you're the best person to explain that.
all right, let me give it to Doug. He's the he's the backbone of our business.
Right.
He's gonna help us to understand that. Doug, what do you think?
What's the most important thing? Or
What's
What
the
comes
most?
into a loan?
well, the key to it is basically first before we even get the loan, we try and educate people that come to us. And there's two things. There's what you will qualify for and what you can afford. We try and be realistic with people. Banks will, if they want you as a client, they will offer you much more of a mortgage than you can actually afford. And we try and keep people realistic, in those parameters that, yes, you could get this mortgage at this level, and you could buy that $1 million house, but you have other bills to pay. You may not be able to actually afford it. So expectation is the first thing that goes into any, process for getting a mortgage. You have to, and that's where Julius comes in. So important is that the realtor is their first contact for a home buyer, and he will set their expectations. Okay, I know you love this neighborhood, but maybe we should look at another one, something that's more affordable. And point his people into the right direction. Once he's comfortable with what they found, I think they come to us, and education is the first thing. With getting a mortgage, banks are looking for history, they're looking for stability, and they're looking for your prospects for the future. Are you in a job that that is steady, that you can prove you've been earning income for a while, or you just graduated from college with a degree and you're going to be making this income based on the job that you have? They want to see that all people are good investments. So that's really our first step after expectations is to help them understand what we're going to need from them. And like I said, it's stability. Do you have steady income? Have you saved some money? Do you have a family that will help you and support you, with gifts for the down payment? There's so many steps to it. So I'd have to say that's really the first step in the whole process for us is to see what you've done so far and what you need to do to be able to actually get mortgage financing. Unlike many other things that you borrow money for in our society, it hasn't gotten easier to buy a house, to finance a house. Years ago, you had to fill out a lot of paperwork to buy a car. Now you can basically do it online. The mortgage industry's gone in the opposite direction. It's actually become more difficult, more complicated, more stressful to buy a home, to finance a home, I should say, than it ever has been before. So,
but it's always I stress, and I always tell Julius also, if person is renting it, please talk to them. Renting, you are wasting your money. Let us talk to them, try to figure out what we can do to help them to buy the house. It is a wastage of money when you are renting. You buy smaller house, smaller condominium, it is still going to give you a wealth. It is still going to help you to make money rather than wasting money on the rent. There are ways we can go with the lower credit score, we can go with the less money. There's so many other ways are there, but don't be afraid. Let us talk. Let us educate you what can be done to make it work.
I have to jump in. I think many of our clients were told before they came to us that you really can't buy a house. You're not in a position to buy a house. And we've had people come in saying, we were told that we're not ready yet. And that's not the case. It may be a little more harder to get the financing, but if someone wants to buy a home and they have been renting already, we know they have, they're paying a monthly payment. So don't take that first opinion that you're not ready to buy a home. That may not be the case. Let's explore it. There's many different avenues to home purchasing.
So what type of mortgage should people go in? Adjustable or fixed? And in your experience, which of them has really worked for people?
The best thing to do is, initially, to be on the safe side, go with a 30-year fixed mortgage. On an arm, if somebody wants to do that, I'll have a separate session for them, because I want to then again educate them what is the plus point, negative point of the arm. Sometimes it would be fine, but most of the time it is good to have a 30-year fixed, but that doesn't mean you are stuck with the 30-year with the same rate. Once the market goes down, you can always refinance. Refinance does not cost that much. There is a wrong wrong perception people have. Oh, the refinance is gonna cost. No, especially in Maryland, it's almost zero. All the other ones also, the investors, they will give us a credit to offset the closing cost. So what I have a lot of borrowers, they buy it, they look at it after 6 months, oh, the rates are going down, we lower their rates. Again, after 6 months, we see that their rates are going down, we lower their rates again. They do not have to bring. So answer to your question, safest is 30-year fix.
Okay. So 30 years fixed, right? And even before we get to that point of getting a mortgage, right? What should a person have as a base, to even start the process of buying a house?
Talk to me. I'm telling you, just talk to me. Usually, like I would tell, it's a combination of a credit, down payment, and income. So out of those three, we try to figure out what works. So suppose the credit score is low, maybe you have to put some money down. Maybe we will help you to build your credit score up to a level. or you have less income, you don't have a down payment, then there are programs with a zero down payment. Or you have a good income, you have a good credit, everything is good, then let's buy the house. The important thing is, do not be afraid. Let's talk to the expert. You talk to us, talk to Julius. Hey, Julius, this is what my goal is. And then we can, as a team, will talk to the borrower, try to see how we can make it happen. But again, this is the three combination which we look into those things. Doug, you want to add something on this?
No, I think that sums it up really. What we're looking for, we let's basically tell people, I think everyone can afford. Most people that we talk to can afford and purchase a home. They don't have to rent.
Yep.
Just take the route to get there is different for each person. Each instance is different. Each situation is different. And that's why we jump in. We've seen, after 20 years, we've seen them all. We've seen every possible scenario that could pop up. And there are routes to the same goal. They're just different routes.
Yeah. You don't have, I have loans which I do it where people have a ITIN number, people have asylum, they have
awful credit.
Yes,
Awful
we started with an awful credit like 400, then we build their credit score up to the limit we want. People who are as a self-employed, who are not showing income to the IRS, then there are programs what to do accordingly. I think you can name it. What else comes into our mind? Yeah, I mean, any of those. In this thing, I always. I mean, we are very much into the education part. We always like to tell people that please, if you want to buy it, let us talk. Let us talk. Let Julius talk to them, and we can talk to them and see what can be done.
So, Julius, why is educating people very important, when it comes to buying, especially when it comes to loan? Why is this important to you? I mean, bringing Gupta to talk to us.
The reason why I contacted you when I contacted Irene, I said that I want the lender should be involved. I want my team to be here because, first of all, me being as the first person that where people will always contact me, they have the common question that I want Mr. Gupta to throw more light as far as loan is concerned, right? So the common thing that people need to know is what is the credit score that can qualify somebody to buy a house. We know that three types of loan. We have FHA loan, a conventional loan, we have the VA loan.
Right.
So I wanted to throw more light, not really a lot, but I just wanted to just differentiate between those type of loan and what are the credit scores, because some people are there, they have credit, they don't know which scores, and then how do people have to maintain the credit not to get bad.
Okay. Let me answer that. So usually the limits for FHA loan, you can go as low as 580. In certain circumstances, if you are putting a more down payment, you can go as low as 500 credit score. You can 580, you can just put like a 3.5% down and you can buy the house. At a conventional loan, though the minimum requirement is 620, in that case you have to put like 20% down to get it approved. But but you go more than 620, then we rather have people go with a conventional loan. FHA is the VA is the same thing. VA is like 100% down payment. You don't need to put any down payment in those programs. So those are basically, you can go with the credit score is what, around 600. I think we have done it.
We can go even lower. The Veterans Administration's guidelines for VA loans are not the same as with conventional financing or even FHA. These are for veterans that have served and have qualified for financing. We've had very low credit scores, no money, but they've qualified because they were veterans and served the country. So that one is, VA loans are a case by case basis, but
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's a the credit score. Okay, now let's say suppose somebody has a 400 credit score. Now what do we do now? So we are look into those things. We analyze it. Then there are companies which we partner with. We will refer them so that we can improve their credit score. Now, so that way they can bring the credit score. Usually, sometimes people have more debts under their on their credit cards, or they were late. Like just now, we are working with somebody who has around 21 lates on their credit score, and that's what it was hurting them. So it's gonna take a little time, but they will gradually remove those lates, and the credit score will increase to the level what we wanted. So it's a preparation. We can do it by the time they are ready to buy the house. So yes, as such is called, yes, 580 is the credit score limit. I mean, you would be amazing. Like Prince George County, FHA loan, 580 credit score, 3.5 down. And what is the limit? I think million something
1.2
million,
million.
$1.2 million limit. I mean, look at the way the government has made it easier to buy the house. Just putting 3.5% down, 1.2 million sales price, credit score that way. So yeah,
Okay, thank you.
So tell me about the taxes.
taxes. Are you talking about benefit of buying a house regarding the taxes?
No, the taxes of the loan, or let's say you get the like how much is going towards taxes, how much is going towards interest,
Okay,
how
all
much is
right.
towards
So
mortgage. Take for
if
example, like someone buys a house, which is like worth 300,000 or
mhm,
350,000, right?
yeah,
What goes into the loan?
okay.
Yeah.
I will
Before we
let me
do that, let me just since you
Mr.
brought
Gupta,
the yeah,
let me try
Julius,
to let me
yeah.
try to structure that. Let me try to a little bit to structure that question again.
Mhm.
Mr. Irwin, I think you should we know this right. What are the things that comprises of your of your mortgage, right?
Right.
Then one, we have the principal.
Hmm.
You have the taxes which we were talking about. We
Hmm.
have the interest, and then we have the um, um,
Insurance, home
insurance.
insurance. Yep,
Those are the
home
three
insurance.
things. That's if you are paying your mortgage, mean that these are the four things that you pay. Everything comes at once. They bill you based on these four things that we just mentioned, right? Those are the things that comprises of your mortgage.
Hmm. So
Yes,
because sometimes people actually don't know what they're paying,
Perfect.
and that caused some problem.
right. So
So
yeah, this is all the insurance, property taxes, and principal and interest.
mhm,
That's what you are paying in the mortgage payment.
right. So what
If you
are
are
some of the misconceptions people have when it comes to this mortgage
the
payment?
misconception, I think people usually think that they are only paying, they have to pay separately. I've seen it. Usually, what happens, I get a call that, hey, I received this property tax bill. Where do I pay those things?
Mhm.
So I get a home insurance bill. What do I do? I need to, why, do I need to pay those things? So what happen is you will definitely get a property tax bill and home insurance because it's your house, so government wants to let you know that there is a property taxes. But most of the loans, unless you get a waiver or something like that, most of the loans include the property taxes and home insurance on your mortgage. So when you are paying the mortgages, you are paying those to the lender. So when the time comes, the lender will pay those mortgage, property taxes and home insurance. You are getting a bill only to educate you that there is a property taxes and home insurance are included. Sometime you will see when mortgage payment, say suppose you have a 30-year fixed loan and your mortgage payment increase, it will only increase because of your property taxes and home insurance. If they
Insurance.
have increased their charges, that's how it's going to increase. Like, you will be happy that now your property is worth what you bought it is it's increased by 10%. But, well, there is a downside. Is it the government has their money now, so they will do the evaluation of the property, and they're going to say, okay, now you need to pay, your property taxes are increased. So that is the reason they are going to get it. In Maryland, you have a homestead, right? In the Maryland,
Yeah,
Julius.
homestead. Yeah, Mr. Gupta, because a lot of people call me every day and say, "Hey, my um my mortgage got increased," and I just want us to throw more light because those are a lot of questions that are coming to me. Hey, my mortgage got increased by 400, 200, 300. So I just want to enlighten everybody and say, um, like Mr. Gupta, like the lender just said, there are two things that can cause your mortgage to increase. You have the insurance, because every year you have to renew your insurance. Sometimes if you don't, sometimes they send letter, people don't ignore them, and then they go because the loan cannot be without insurance. The lender will go around and they just pick an insurance that is high and then put it on the mortgage, and then that's why it causes your mortgage increase. And the second is the taxes. The good news is that once your property keep appreciating, the taxes goes up, and then again it turn around to affect you because your mortgage goes up. So there's what called home state in the PG in Maryland. So when you file for home after making six payment from the day that you bought a house, you make six payment, then you can qualify for home state. Home states you file for file. I think you have you have to fill that information and then file with the PG county, and then they go along give you some credit. Once you give you the credit, then your taxes is not going to go up that way. So I'm encouraging everyone that if you don't know about any about that program, Home State, call me. I'll get the form to you so that you can file. It goes along to help you out.
So Julius, when people want to get home in DMV and they contact you, what is the process?
When I receive a call, um, that hey, I got your number, somebody referred me that I want to buy a house. So that preliminary question that I've asked you, though I just ask you preliminary question, how is your credit scores?
Mhm.
Sometimes they will tell you, oh, from Credit Karma, my scores are okay. But already you guys have to know that Credit Karma doesn't give you accurate scores that the lender because they have a different bureau that they rely on. But again, it can be like a similar scores, right? That's how you monitor your score. So I will ask about the credit scores. I will ask about the income. So once I ask those things, and then I will send an email. They will send those doc. They will ask the. I will request a list of documents. They will send it to me. Once they send it to me, I will forward it to the to Mr. Gupta, which is the lender. And then Mr. Gupta and I will get there, talk to them, put them together, and then give what they call a pre. If they're qualified, you give what they call a pre-approval. Once you give the pre-approval, now we tell Julius, hey, based on the income I've seen, based on the credit, this person is qualified for a $500,000, a 600, a 1 million. So now it's now my field to look for a house that you like, you love it for 1 million. Once you see that house, I send that property to Mr. Gupta. Mr. Gupta and I will look at the number based on the property because all the property have different taxes. So you
Mhm.
look at the taxes, that's where you said, based on this property, this is your estimated monthly payment, this is your down payment, this is your closing cost. So that's what it is.
So let's say, well, let's talk about the last closing you had with the client. How was the experience that you gave the clients? What were some challenges you faced, and how were you able to overcome those challenges?
Uh, this is, I can say, this week I had one of the most exciting closing, and it was exciting because this is my community. So where I'm coming from my community, they bought a property. They bought a property not far I mean, in the heart of Maryland, just on Good Luck Road. If everybody don't know Good Luck Road, it's a very nice property, and it took me some challenges in order to put that offer together. It was, I can tell you, it was so challenging because they had six offers on that property. Six strong offers. So we had to beat this offer base because they needed that property. And
Mhm.
and they're so happy because that property is gonna serve them as a meeting house,
Mhm.
it's gonna serve them as the investment property. So I am so happy because give a lot of credit to my community because they not only buy the property, but they buy an investment property.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, what do you like most about helping your community to get home? What drives you? What gives you that energy to keep doing what you're doing?
I think it's self confidence, like you said. I think one of the most challenging I'm having is just that my own community people they don't promote me. That's the most important thing I've seen in. But again, I'm in a field that I love. I love doing it. I don't rely on who helped me or who's gonna help me. But again, I'm out there for everybody. But again, I love serving my community because I just want to challenge them. I say, hey, what you guys was probably underestimating me that I could not do, or you probably have to go to X and B, maybe a white person with this to do it, but I can do it. So
Hmm.
that's what makes me happy. But again, I have a lot of challenging with my community, with my own people that they don't want to promote you. They think promoting you them doing a big favor. This is
Hmm.
a real estate. You don't pay me, somebody pays me. But the
Hmm.
thing is, how do you promote your brother? Like you and when you came up with Iwing came up with this platform, I was so
Iwing
excited.
Marketplace. Hmm.
I will marketplace. When you came up, I'm excited. I wanted to promote our community, but I think you should be facing the same problem that our own people don't promote you, but they'll go as far as promoting other people from different ethnicities. But again, it's business. If you don't promote your own people, who do you think that's going to promote it? Thank you.
That is so true. That is so true. We have to do better. And also we're not just promoting businesses, because we want to promote those businesses. We should promote the businesses based on how we perceive them. If they are really good at what they are doing, which I think
Mhm.
Julius is good at what he's doing. So, but Julius, how can people promote you? How can people help you?
Um, Believe me or not, I've also sold houses to people around here and even out of here. So promoting me is by referring.
Hmm.
And I always make sure that once somebody refers somebody to me, at least I will call you just to appreciate you because that word appreciation is very, very important.
Hmm.
And my number is out there. My number 240-764-9548. If you have any question with real estate related, please give me a call. I'm ready to come and collect your documents. I'm ready to talk to you. I'm ready to put you together, put your income together, put it together for you to realize your home dream.
Hmm. So let's bring the team together. Mr. Gupta.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, so Julius is right here and you've been working with him for some time. What do you think are the good traits, and the benefits, for people to work with Julius?
He is very thorough. That's very important
Mhm.
for him. He is thorough. He wants to make sure the borrower understand the mortgage, how much the mortgage is going to be. He wants to make sure how much money they're gonna bring it at the table initially.
Mhm.
So, and I seen that that's from the lender point, but from the real estate, I mean, he fights for the people. If he
Mhm.
sees something wrong, like, those things, he would talk to the listing agent.
Mhm.
He will let them know this is not the way, this is not right.
Mhm.
So that is like I always feel like that it is like he takes the full ownership of the loan,
The whole
ownership
process.
of the process.
Mhm.
He's involved. He talks to them. He wants to make sure if there is something wrong, he would not let the buyer buy that property. So
Mhm.
that's very important. He's not like, okay, let's do the business, let's close the loan, and let's do it, let's move on. No, he wants to make sure the property is right before they buy it. Again, and afterward, that's another very important thing is after the closing is done, all those things are done. Now, if they have any issues, he will make sure that he takes care of those things. See, that is very important. A lot of time I see people buy it, they done, realtor goes his own way, the lender goes his own way. No, that's not the way to do it. You need to keep together, you need to make sure because see, as a buyer, they do done it like 2 3 times. whole their life. We close so many loans. So we, again, same thing with my team. Julius is that way. I see that he's done a wonderful job. And I anybody comes to me, I tell them, go to the Julius, because he's not gonna have you buy the properties unless he makes sure that property is good, is reasonably priced, and those things are good. So,
That,
Doug,
that,
you want to say something
that's
on
Yeah,
that?
nice.
I think with Julius, I noticed over the years, it's not the transaction that's important; it's the relationship. It's never just that purchase; it's a lifetime of relationship with those people, with those buyers. And a lot of realtors don't look at it that way. They look at it as transactions. I've closed so many, done so many deals this year. It's not like that with Julius, but Julius, it's the people, his people, his clients, that basically, you get through the very stressful process. You've learned, you're now a homeowner, and it doesn't stop there. There's other purchases to be made. There's other, life events that happen that Julius will be there to help. And you don't see that as much anymore in the business, in our business anyway, of it being a relationship and not a transaction. And it's good to find a realtor that still believes in that. It's not just this purchase.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah, I mean, with blind faith, I can say refer to Julius, and I know after that I don't need to worry about it. I need to worry about my part. He is going to take care of the borrower, which is a really very important to us.
Julius, you're getting some very powerful recommendation there from Doug and Gupta. But Julius, for yourself, why do you think people should come to you as a realtor?
Um, Sometimes it's not good to give your own credit, but I give my own credit because to begin with, I'm a home I'm a licensed contractor in the state of Maryland. And once I take a client to the house, being as a contractor, that red flag that I see, and just because I put my client first, I will not want them to buy the property. Though being under ethical rules and regulation that we are, I won't just say don't do this. But again, we have a technical where I will tell you, okay, this is the red flag. Or I will recommend that this property should be inspected by a home inspector. So those are the things that I go as a long way protecting my client. Again, after the house is closed, guess what? If the persons go and then the sink is not working, guess who they're going to call? Me. And sometimes I will go there. I will get my own crew. I have a different crew when it concerns home construction. So I will get them to do the job. Make sure that the client should be happy. Make sure that at least he should be happy so that he can give you more. Be happy because again, like Mr. Gupta said, this is a lifetime investment. Again, you will not buy a property for 700,000 and then you every day you regret it. I don't want people to regret. I want people to go for what they like. Again, now we're coming up with I was talking to Mr. Gupta that we're coming out with a training whereby we train people on doing investment. I do property preservation. We preserve the property. I'm training people on how to do flipping, how you can invest on property. So if you have any question concerning investment, give me a call.
Nice. So, is there anything we didn't say that you guys want to add before we go?
One more thing question that I always get from clients is that once you have in mind that you want to buy a house in the next 3 to 4 months, how do you protect your account? How do you identify what we call large deposit into your account? Because again, at the end of the day, the underwriter is going to ask your bank statement. Mr. Gupta, can you throw more light on that so that people should not be throwing money from in and out from the account? They should know that, hey, these are the red flags. You can't be accepting money from Susu, they call it Jangi, right? You can't just get 20,000 and then put in your account, and then that becomes a red flag.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that would be a. When the first time when I started doing it, I figured it out. This is the susu money coming in all over the place as soon as you buy the property. So
Right.
please, American people system doesn't know how that thing works. I mean, I know from back home, I know how it works, but here it's very hard. See, our whole system is okay. You want to buy the house? I have the cash money in what do you call it, mattress,
Yeah.
under the mattress money. You come in, you bring it, okay, I want to buy the house. No, it doesn't work here. You have to source everything where the money is coming from. So do not put cash in when you are looking to buy a house. Do not, just leave it like this. Do not touch, do not use the susu money for that, because it is so hard to source that money. I will tell you what to do. We can use that money in a different way, in a right manner, so that way underwriters will be fine with it. So, just again, it is all about the communication. When you are ready, let me and Julius prepare you, so that way we can do a smooth closing. And with all this stuff, before I forget, and it's coming in my mind again and again, you buy the house, your interest portion, what you pay, portion of that is tax deductible. So, what does that mean at the bottom line? Your refunds are more than what you are getting it right now. So, that was a big, very big benefit of buying a house.
Can you
So,
can you throw more lights of or more benefits of buying a house in the DMV area, please?
so well, of course, appreciation is always there when you buy the house. You are putting money in your equity in your house. You are getting a tax deduction from when you file your taxes. Something happens to your job, you are not able to pay the mortgages. It is, you can sustain in the house for lot longer, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, depending on the situation, than if you are renting a house. So those are very, I don't know if I left off anything else, but those are the major, major benefits of owning the house. I mean, I have people who started, they said, okay, well, why don't I start with a condominium right now, because my income is less, buy as a primary residence, then gradually their income increase, they have money for a down payment on thing, they moved on to the townhouse. They bought that as a primary residence, they rented the condominium. Now they bought the townhouse. After some times, they said, okay, now our situation has increased, or I
Family's
have
got
more.
bigger. Yeah.
They went in to buy a single family house. Again, they rented a townhouse. Can you imagine that? Say, suppose you bought a condominium for 300,000. Now 300 is one equity. You bought a condominium, the townhouse for another 400 there, and then you're buying a single. Look at this. Within 4 or 5 years, you can own $1 million portfolio, and somebody else is paying for your mortgage. You have to be little bit tricky here and there to make sure how you manage it, make sure everything is good. Fine. There are ways of doing it, and Julius definitely can help on all those things as well. But a person who's very making a very small amount can also become a millionaire by doing these process. So I keep on coming on those things because I have seen people doing it. I've done it. So I know this is the way to be successful in America. So
Wow, thank
that's
you
the
guys so
biggest.
much for your time today and for coming to share this powerful information with us. Eventually, we'll do more of this. This is the first interview, so we're just trying to give as much information out. But as time goes on, we'll be able to narrow things down so people can really get uh, a lot of good information that can help them to, you know, consult Julius and to, buy homes and use Julius services as a realtor.
We are very much thankful, Ivana and Julius, to be able to share our thoughts with the community, and to help them to grow each one of the person. If I am able to help, I am so happy to do it. This is
This
really,
is what we do.
this is what we do, and we feel pride about doing it. And like we enjoy
That's
it.
powerful. One person at a time. If we're just able to help one person, two people,
Yes.
Julius, you have anything?
Thank you, Iwing Market. I really appreciate your platform. I mean, it brings light to people, it brings light to our community, and I really appreciate the work you're doing. And I also want to thank all my client people that have sold houses, people that have also bought houses for them. And I really appreciate your support. Keep supporting me. I'm here to answer all your questions. Again, Mr. Gupta is there, my Melinda is there. I have a very strong team. And then the next time we have to get the title involved, we have to get the appraiser involved, we have to get all the home inspector involved. What are the things that we can make it the whole process easy? We just want to bring it out the chain so that people should be happy. So I'm very happy to everybody, and I love this session.
Thank you. And this is Mr. Gupta's website, dmvresfin.com. And this is his phone number. So if people want to reach out to Mr. Gupta directly, that's the information. Thank you, guys. And looking forward to the next chit chat again.
Yes.
Please, thank you all for watching. Help us share this video so more people can learn about Julius Tikum and what he does, helping people to buy homes in the DMV. Keep following Iwing Marketplace. Visit the website, iwingmarketplace.com to search for other businesses that are in the platform. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.